Game week. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Game week. What an absolutely wonderful time on the sports calendar. Incredible. First week of college football was off the charts. Not chain, charts. And they're going to get enormous ratings. And then, of course, they close it out last night with the Hurricanes beating Notre Dame 27-24. That was awesome last night. Game delivered. So many of those football games over the weekend delivered. And now you have the start of the National Football League on Thursday. Cowboys and Eagles, man. I mean, a full slate of games. Just doesn't get any better than this, man. Here we are. Major League Baseball. I would say this to you. Major League Baseball. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think Kyle Schwarber is probably going to get the National League Most Valuable Player, and he should, I guess, over Shohei Ohtani. He's carrying the team more so than what Bryce Harper is. But really, other than that, there's really not a lot of storylines going on in baseball. It is all football. Tonight, it's TCU and North Carolina. Supposedly at the game tonight, Michael Jordan's going to be there. Mia Hamm. I think Lawrence Taylor's going to be there tonight as Bill Belichick opens up his career in college football. That stuff was fantastic, man. Just fantastic. Hit the like button. We got a special Labor Day show here. 2 hours we're going. So Xander will join us at 3:30. We got a full week of shows coming up. Michael Irvin's going to join us this week. So we're really looking forward to that. Touchdown Jesus took a knee in Florida, meaning Bama. Holy cow, Florida State at Doak Campbell. I said it. You need John Gruden. You need John Gruden at Alabama. You know what I'm calling that head coach at Alabama? Ken DeBrick. That's Ken DeBrick. Holy cow. Never follow a legend. Never follow a legend. And you've had two of the greatest coaches in the history of college football. Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. I mean, unbelievable. Guys, I will tell you one more time, there is no question. We are in a great part of the week, and that is, it is Monday, and you're prepping yourself for Thursday's game. We're going to get into my early takeaways, what I think will happen in this football game on Thursday. I'll give you my takes on college football and also on the Hurricanes here, but I got to start it out. Vic Fangio has a problem with Nick and Howie Roseman. Did you hear that presser today? I'll let Nick answer that. I'll let Nick and Howie answer that. Who's starting at inside linebacker? I'll let Howie answer that. Hey, who's going to make calls? I'll let Howie answer that. Holy cow. What is that? You got the head football coach in the bullseye of your defensive coordinator, and he's throwing shuttle shots at him today at a presser. How you doing? Yeah, I'll let Nick say that. Who's starting at safety? I'll let Nick do that and Howie. Who's starting at corner? I'll let Nick and Howie say that. Holy cow, really? You can't let your defensive coordinator make that simple call? It's got to be from the higher-ups and the analytic guys? Jesus, criminy. Give the guy his flowers. You ripped this team apart. Now you want him to put it back with Band-Aids, and you won't even let anybody tell you who's starting on his own defensive unit. Looking to get into college football, how should I pick a team without going after a bandwagon team or my state university? Keep being you, big homie. Always, hey, listen, right now you really don't know who these college football teams are. I think Notre Dame's going to be fine. I think Texas will be fine. Those are really great programs they played. Nobody was wiped out. People get beat, dude. I tell my kid this all the time in rugby, man. Hey, welcome to the big leagues. You play great teams, you're going to get beat. You just don't want to get beat down. Alabama was beat down. They got a problem there in Tuscaloosa. They were beat down. Notre Dame and Texas were not beat down. They'll be all right. They'll rally. It's a good football program. They got a lot of good stars. Sarkisian just needs to take the handcuffs off his quarterback. Arch Manning shit the bed big time. That was terrible. He will not get my Heisman vote. There's no shot of him getting that. Okay? He's got to worry about winning ball games now. It's wide open. The kid Castellanos from Florida State is sensational. I'll tell you what about the state of Florida. USF, Florida, Florida State, Miami. I put my poll out and my ballot out on my X account at Dan Sileo Show. It's out there already. Go take a look at it. So that was a fabulous week one in college football. Just a fabulous week. Super chats go to the top. Please hit that like button. What a great week to be involved in football. No matter if it's college or pro, so many storylines. I mean, the ACC had a great weekend. Okay, so let's get into Cowboys and Eagles. It's Cowboys and Eagle week. All right? There's so much unknown heading into this week one. Why? You don't have any tape on any of these players that you're going to play against on Thursday. On both sides of the football, you have no idea. This is not the same coach in Dallas. This is not the same team in Dallas. The unknowns are an advantage to both teams. And to some extent, disadvantages. Don't be surprised if Sweeney's the next Bama coach. No way does he leave Clemson. No way. He's got too much autonomy. He's got a good football program. They had a tough loss to LSU. He's not leaving Clemson. There's no way he's leaving Clemson. Makes $11.5 million. Why would he? Why would he leave? You really don't have or know what you're going to be facing on Thursday if you're the Cowboys or the Eagles. You have no idea. There's no trends. They're all new rosters, new head football coach, new coordinator for the Eagles. All of that. You have no idea. None. So that's going to be a little sloppy football, in my opinion, at the beginning of this football game. Now, how do you get away from being sloppy? Hand the ball. Hand the ball off. Something the Cowboys can't do. The Eagles always have a fail-safe. You know what that is? The fail-safe is just hand the ball off to Barkley with that great O-line. You don't have to get into rhythm. You know what you have to get into rhythm doing? It's more essential that you get the run game going in Philly, not the passing game. Because the run game is the most dominant part of your football team. Your passing game is second. Even though you spend the money and you want to be a passing team, you're not. You are a running football team, and you do it better than any team in the league because you have the best players in the league. And you arguably have one of the top 10 running backs in pro football disguised as your quarterback who can make plays in the passing game. Okay? That's his beauty. He's not a wildcat quarterback. He can make plays, obviously, in the passing game. But he's dangerous, like Wink Martindale told him. After he got blown out by the Buccaneers in that playoff game, Wink Martindale told him, the threat of you running is what makes that offense hum, especially when they get the run game going. Miami got a little too conservative. They did. But again, they got conservative, though, Josh, because they were able to do what? Run the ball. Miami's got one of the best offensive lines in college football. And they did what the Eagles did. You know what that is? When push comes to shove, to use that term, run the ball. And that's what they did. They ran the ball down Notre Dame's throat. Anytime you have that kind of advantage, that I can run the ball down your throat, you're limited at what you can do in response. And usually, especially in the NFL, you can't defend that. Teams are set up in this league to defend the pass. Teams in this league are not set up to defend the run. They are not. That's why, in my opinion, even though Buffalo's going to be favored in every football game that they have on their schedule, there's no team on your schedule that I think has a good enough defense that can stop your run game. I think you would be favored if you went clearly just by the run game. No team in the league can stop your run game. That's why against Dallas, here, let's get to my early takeaways. We'll have a preview, obviously, on Thursday and give you what I think happens. Early in the show, obviously, there's a pregame this week here on JAKIB. But I'll give you my early takeaways here on what I think is something to keep an eye on as we get into the week here. It's an early week. It's an early work week because you're playing Thursday night. The Cowboys have to pressure. They have to pressure Jalen Hurts. I know. They just got rid of Micah Parsons. They have to pressure him. They cannot allow the quarterback to sit in the pocket and allow A.J. Brown and allow Devontae Smith to run mature routes. What do I mean by mature routes? You got to get those guys on three-step drops, and you've got to make it be a rhythm, quick passing. You can't let him sit back there. They'll shred you a new one if you can't get pressure on Hurts in this game. And I don't know how Dallas is going to create that pressure. That's something to keep an eye on. How is Dallas going to create the pressure? And with the limited skill people you have on defense, how are you going to keep them contained? You have to set the edge, both in the pass game and in the run game, to have any shot defensively at controlling any kind of sequence of the game. And I don't believe he can. Okay, I just don't. See this right here? Dallas Goedert is a non-factor in football games in Philly unless a wide receiver gets injured. Jalen Hurts doesn't throw to the middle of the field, and he doesn't have a screen game. So stop thinking that Dallas Goedert's going to be an essential part of this game. It'll be something maybe in the third or fourth quarter if the game's tight, and I don't believe that. Dallas Goedert is the most underutilized player in the Philadelphia Eagle offense. So when you say Goedert is a non-factor, just like the third receiver. They're non-factors. Those guys, tight ends are non-factors. You throw to the Y and the Z and run the ball. Stop making your offense sound like you're some sort of Cincinnati Bengals offense that is a complex motion offense. You're not. You're very simple. Slants, wheel routes, seam passes. That's it. The issue here, once again, is you don't have to be. The Eagle offense is not creative. It's like a high school offense. However, nobody can stop it. Simpler the better. It's not a rip. You don't have to be. Here, just to put it in perspective, you could tell the Dallas Cowboys where the play's going, and I still don't believe the Cowboys at times are going to be able to stop you. We're going to run the ball right here. I don't believe Dallas can do anything about it. I just don't. I don't believe they can do anything to stop you. Okay? Nothing. Because you're not as physical as the Philadelphia Eagles are. The physicality of the football team that they have on that side of the ball, you can't match that. And get this, You can have the smartest people, folks, on the planet as coaches. If I'm tougher than you, you have no fucking shot. The simpler, the better. I mean, zone blocking, knock him off the ball, let Barkley hit his head on the goalpost. Simple. You don't have to be crazy. You don't have to get the passing game going. You don't have to get anything going. Nothing. Run the ball at him. I don't believe, even with Clark in there now, I don't believe they have the horses on the Dallas side to stop you. The only way you're going to stop yourself is if you get stupid and try to create something with the passing game. Screw that. Win ball games. Get out of there in the first game. Get yourself a little bit more of a rest time getting ready for Kansas City. That's when you're really going to be tested. The U look good, but FSU looked better by winning the conference. By the way, Birds, 31-17, fly, Eagles, fly. Okay, so FSU beat a Alabama team, and Miami beat Notre Dame, who was 5th ranked. And people still have them in the top 10. And you think the Bama win was better. And Bama's out of the top 10 now. All right. I think Miami's win was more impressive because I think that Alabama team is a 9-win team, and they may get beat by Vandy again this year. That team is not going to a New Year's Day bowl game. That's not a New Year's Day bowl team, Alabama. Get ready. They're going to a Fruit Loop Bowl. That's not one of the top teams in the SEC. No way is that one of the top teams. Tennessee's better. South Carolina might be better. You got a lot of football ahead of you. Shit, you got Georgia coming up too. And you're not ready, they're going to put a board to you. So here, Dak and CD are going to exploit the Eagles secondary. Now, I don't know what that means. Early, late, they're going to have to control the clock in the passing game and in the short passing game for them to have a shot. You don't have a player, in my opinion, that's going to stop those guys because of the zone style of defense you play. CD's going to get over 110 yards, 120 yards. Dak's going to get over 320, 330 yards passing. Now, again, what does that mean? Is it early they're creating great passing and they're important yards, or is it late when they're behind? Either way, they're going to create yards. When you're behind all the time and you're going to be behind, you're going to throw for a shitload of yards. Common sense, douchebags. And I'm not sure you have the edge rushers yet. Then again, hey, the offensive tackles in Dallas versus the Eagle edge rushers, I think that's an even match. I don't think that the Eagles have that much of an advantage at that position. Interior-wise, you do. With both Davis and with Jalen Carter. That's where I think you have the advantage, is inside. Okay, I think the issue that you're going to have is Dak Stickman up in the pocket. So I would say this, 3-step drops, get it in and out. I don't think you have the corner or the safety to cover these people. I hear John say they have the 2 best corners. He's a slot fucking corner. That is not a cornerback. It's more of a safety. The slot position, Vic tells you, with 2 different skill sets, they're not even remotely close. A slot corner is nothing compared to an actual corner on the outside perimeter. They're 2 different plays. They're 2 different positions. I mean, like I said, Dak and CD are going to get their yards. Are they going to be important yards? I don't think so. I don't think so. So here's what I mean. To me, let the O-line control the clock, get Barkley going, Run some RPOs in there. It could be, I'm thinking it's more this. I do. And playing from behind. Okay? And being behind. You're going to throw for a shitload of... Here, he might throw for 350 yards, but have 2 touchdowns and 4 picks. Does it matter? What do you fucking care? You're looking to get in and out of there. Adoree Jackson's garbage. Boy, for people to say, if you think Adoree Jackson is not a problem at corner, I vehemently disagree with you. I completely disagree with you. You go from Slay to that? That's like diving off a cliff in Mexico. If you don't think that that's a difference. Holy shit. You got to be kidding me. All right, so hand the ball off to Barkley. Hand it off to Barkley. 31-20 right now, how I feel. Eagles, I think they'll get garbage points and yards late. My question is going to be, watch the first 15 plays of Dallas, how they want to try to have intermediate passing because they have no run game. Here's something to keep an eye on. If Dallas can get 120 yards rushing, that's going to be a problem. Do I think they will? No. No, I don't. I don't believe that. But if somehow with play action, they can get over 100 yards rushing, that's going to make it a fourth quarter game. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. There's no way Dak's going to sit back there in the pocket and do a 7-step drop back there. If I were the Cowboys, I would attack Campbell in the passing game, Trotter, whoever plays safety and whoever plays the corner. All those guys have none to limited experience versus Prescott, who's got 10 years of NFL experience and plays well against the Eagles. So, I mean, those are the positions I would go after. Because I still, again, I want to see Campbell in an NFL. Vic said it today. Hey, it's one thing to have controlled practices out here. It's another thing when it's real out there. We'll find out. That's exactly what I'm saying. We'll find out. We'll find out what kind of pressure they can create. The question for me is, where are they creating pressure? So are they creating the pressure with Jalen Hunt and with Nolan Smith? Okay, I want to see that. I want to see how that looks. Personally, I question that. And also, if I were the Cowboys, I was talking to Michael Irvin over the weekend because we were talking about the Canes game. I don't believe Nolan Smith can hold up for 17 games. He's too small and he's always hurt. I'd run the football right at his ass. Everywhere he's lined up, weak side, strong side, at the will, if they move him, I'd run right at him. I don't believe he can hold up. He's a good football player, but I don't believe he has the goods to stand in there for 17 ball games. There's no way. I'll make the prediction. I don't believe that guy will be as productive as he was in those 8 games a year ago because he's going to be asked to do a lot and play a lot more. And I think that's going to bring his volume down. He's got to learn how to play 17 games before he can start talking to me about fucking 11 sacks. I mean, Vic says it every single press conference. He's an undersized end. Run at him. Run right at his ass. That's what they do to the elite edge rushers that aren't big dudes. Run at him. Run at him. He has issues staying healthy. He's got a shoulder issue now. Run at him. Now, again, that's easier said than done. I think they're limited. Dallas's talent, they're nowhere near the Eagle talented 20 guys that they have on their team. They're not even close. So they've got to create things, and they've got to do things out of the box to create field position and try to keep the clock on their side. They can't turn the ball over. They've got to be able to have long drives. They've got to have 4 drives of at least 8 plays or more for them to be in this game and make it a fourth quarter. Dallas wants it to be a fourth quarter game. The Eagles, if they play up to their ability, they could put this game away in the first 10 minutes. And there's more likelihood of that than there is of the Cowboys making it a fourth quarter football game. I think the point spread is 7 now. That should go up by Thursday. Injury report will come out here, I think, tomorrow, so we'll know. Hey, by the way, real quick here, I thought fucking A.J. Brown was 100%. Why is it even an issue? He says he's going. Well, what was the question? And he's listed with a hamstring? What was the question? I thought there was no question. What was the question? Did anybody ask it? How did that become a thing? How is that a thing going into Thursday? What? AJ still hurt? Well, he's got a hamstring. He's listed, and he confirmed that he's playing. I didn't know that was a question. I was told the last 2 weeks there's a nothing fucking burger. Well, why is it a thing? Who's made it a thing? AJ? Okay. He goes, I guarantee you I'm playing. I didn't know there was a question to it. We were all told to shut the fuck up, and there was nothing to it. Now we're being told he's playing. Okay. Who asked the question? How could he be 100% when he's listed with a hamstring? That's not 100%, dude. Even your feeble brain could figure that out, no? Even you, right? Can figure that out. He's listed with a hamstring. I mean, right? Hey, Hollywood, I don't know that. I don't. But it's typical bullshit from the Philly sports reporters that cover the team. Nobody asked the question here. We were told that, hey, he's 100%. Well, he's not. He's not 100%. Get this. Dude, I'm just going by what's listed on your own fucking team. And what the player's saying. What are you talking about? This guy's full of shit. I only respond to what they say. All right? You're right, Sills, but he's playing. He's 100%. No, I get that take. I understand what you're saying. He's hurt, but he's going to be 100%. I got it. I know. I got what you're saying. Hit the like button, guys. No, if he's playing, he's 100%. I get that. I get that, but once again, bullshit reporting. Now all of a sudden, hey, listen, I guarantee you he's on the injury report tomorrow. How much you want to bet? Or do you guys want to bet me like Reed Blankenship's contract? It's game week. Jesus Christ, you moved the sticks on me 17 times. I told you it wasn't getting done until March. You guys were telling me June 1, start of training camp, end of training camp, the week of the Cowboy game. Yeah, well, here we are. I mean, here we are. Well, we're moving the sticks again. What is it now, 8 games in? Or are you guys going to finally look at it and go, they're going to give this guy a month to prove he deserves an extension? Okay, right? I guess it's what, week 5 now? 18th time you've moved the fucking chains. Fantastic. I mean, between the Reed Blankenship contract and his bullshit reporting on AJ, I'm not saying AJ's not going, But don't tell me that there wasn't anything to it when they were trading, signing all these wideouts who they never throw to the number 3 guy. And people are telling me they want the wide receiver room to be deep. Why? Because you may lose AJ? Is that what you're doing? You don't throw to number 3. You haven't thrown for number 3 in 4 years. Now, all of a sudden, number 3 and the wide receiving depth is important. Why? Because your number 1 guy's banged up a little. He's going into that game with an injury. Okay? I mean, hey, make a room stronger because your top guy's hurt. Holy shit. Make sure the Eagles put the cap on that and make sure all the fucking reporters, man, bow and say what they need to say so everyone's okay over there. You made it a thing with my narratives. No, dude, my narrative is he made a comment yesterday and said, I'm playing. I didn't know there was a question he wasn't playing. Did you? I didn't know there was a question. I was told he was 100%. Now he's listed on the injury list going into the game. He'll be on the injury report tomorrow, too. I don't know. I was told it's a nothing burger. Okay. Your actions don't tell us this. He's on the injury list. He's got a hamstring. He's commenting on it, and you're signing wide receivers everywhere. And your narrative is he's 100%. Why are you signing wideouts? What's the point? You need safety's edge and a corner. Why are you doing that? Follow their actions, not their words. You'll be able to go further. I mean, I'm not saying he's not playing. Not at all. But I'm going by their actions, not their words, because they're bullshit artists. Ask Vic. That was some press conference today. Yeah, Nick will tell you who's starting. Nick and Howie. Is he going to travel? Nick and Howie will tell you. Who's playing corner? Nick and Howie will tell you. Really? Okay. Hey, Vic, shut the fuck up about your own unit. Yeah, we ripped it apart and we'll tell you who's playing. Okay. All right. I know this. Without that guy, you were the 2023 Philadelphia Eagle defense. With that guy, you were the number 1 overall defense. I would want that guy to be more, I don't know, feeling good about his gig. You know? I mean, holy shit. Who's starting at corner? I'll let Nick and Howie tell you that. I was like, I was probably just kidding around a little. Is he going to travel? I'll let Nick and Howie tell you that. Is Campbell playing and starting? I'll let Howie tell you that one. I was like, fuck. We got ourselves a nice little Donnybrook going on here. Ping pong between the DC and the GM and the head coach. This is going to get better, especially if they shit the bed. Vic was asked the question, do you like the depth? He goes, right now I do. Right now I do. Hey, did I write that shit down? I did. Hey, Nick and Howie will answer all your questions on personnel starting. What? Right now, I love the depth. That's a Howie thing. Holy shit. Go get him, Vic. That's what I'm talking about. Hit the like button here. The only one that brings up those questions is you, Sills. You know it. That's right, I do. Because no one else in this bullshit place will ask them. Because you're all afraid. You're sitting around on the parade float. Hey, man, I don't root for anybody. Okay? How you doing this Labor Day? Hey, Marshall, thank you for asking, bro. You too, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you, brother. You're damn right, because I don't glaze people. I don't glaze anybody. You're damn right I'm the only one asking questions like that, because the other people don't have the balls to. There's a key fob involved. Jerry Roseman at it again. Bargain shopping at the 99-cent store. Wait a minute here, Kyle. Kyle, you can't go with that take. They winning. You cannot go with that take, dude. They're winning. You know, that you have to give the process the benefit of the doubt. Until, like Vic said today, proven otherwise. I heard Xander say something. I wanted to address it. He said something about, and by the way, this is nothing on John McMullen. You're right. I cover football different than John. If there's a set comment to be made about players, you can't make a definitive comment on a player and his career. Let me ask you something here. Do you have a different opinion of Russell Wilson today than you did in his first 5 years? Do you have a different opinion of him and his career today than his first 5 years when he went to back-to-back Super Bowls and won one of them? Do you have a different opinion? Well, wait a minute. You have a different opinion of that player who was on a Hall of Fame trajectory. Now you have a different opinion of him. Why is that? Obviously. Well, then how can an opinion on a football player be something you use for his entire career? If you have a different opinion on somebody, it's because of the way they're playing or the way that they played. You can't have a set take on somebody from year 1 to year 8, 5, 4. You don't know that. His play declined? No. Talent around him in Seattle declined? No. Marshawn Lynch. Not the same old line. The defense got older. That's why it fell apart. And by the way, Yale, those are circumstances around him too that will dictate one's career. Your opinions on Carson Wentz changed. From being a franchise quarterback to being a bum. Why? Circumstances around him and him. You can't have a set take on a player. Sports, there is no cemented take on it. No such thing. Players excel. Players decline. Players get better. Look at BG's career. He was considered a bust his first 5 years in the league. Now people look at him as one of the greatest Eagles of all time. Thank God you didn't have that same opinion of him his first 5 years. Things change. Circumstances change. To sit here and go like this, hey, the Eagles' position on Jalen Hurts changed. They had 2 first-round draft choices prepared after the 2021 season to move off of Hurts. They had a contract on the table for Russell Wilson, a 3-year deal. They were going to move off of him. Their own position on him changed after that year. You forget that. Howie had a 3-year contract for Russell Wilson that he voided Russell Wilson in not wanting to play in Philly. His opinion changed on Hurts. How in the world do you have a take on somebody and being consistent in sports and being a broadcaster is fucking impossible? The only thing you can be consistent on with the Eagles is that their formula for doing it and their success at getting to where A to Z is all you can go, this is how they get here. Because they've been doing it for 25 years. Same thing with the Steelers, the Patriots. The only thing you can be for sure on is things that have been done over a period of time. Look how steady Brady's career is. That's got to be one of the steadiest careers of all time. And let's not forget, the first 7 years, he wasn't winning Super Bowls. Defense and special teams and Brady not turning the ball over. Then he got, obviously, after the first two, the last 5 were him. It's crazy. You can't have a fucking sports takes change every week. Just like a college football poll does. Thank God we don't pick the college football playoff teams in the preseason. Or we don't pick the Super Bowl teams in the preseason. Those are terrible takes. One's career is going to dictate at the end when you evaluate it in its totality. The highs and lows. It's what makes sports great. It's what makes it great, dude. Hit the like button. Appreciate you guys here. We're here for 2 hours, by the way. So, hook me up here on something. Why is it with the Philly media that they give a shit about Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni's relationship? What is this? Fantasy Island? I mean, the dating game? Who gives a fuck? If he has a great relationship with Nick Sirianni, who fucking cares? The only thing you have to care about is they respect one another, and they respect one another as a coach and a quarterback. Brady never fucking loved Belichick. It was a relationship that worked because it was a business relationship. As a matter of fact, I don't want them being butt buddies. I want it completely on a work-related situation. But for some reason, the girlfriends that how's your relationship with Jalen? How's your relationship with Nick? I think it's the most ridiculous question you can ever ask anybody. I mean, in sports, who fucking cares if they like each other? Who fucking cares? I care you respect me, you listen to me, and we win together. Other than that, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I think that's how that relationship in New England lasted 20 years. They never liked each other, but they respected one another. Sills, Kalen DeBoer is a douche canoe. Bring D'Amico or Gruden to Tuscaloosa. I like that D'Amico. I hadn't thought about D'Amico, but I like Gruden going to Tuscaloosa. That guy, man, has got that fucking program in the toilet. Bro, they're like Kentucky right now. That's not a top 25 football team, and it won't be by the end of the year. Once again, another narrative you started. What? Another narrative? No. Troy Aikman and Jimmy Johnson never liked each other. Excuse me. Troy Aikman and Barry Switzer never spoke to one another. They won a Super Bowl together. That's not a narrative. That's facts. Chuck Noll and Terry Bradshaw hated one another. That's facts. But they respected one another. That's not a narrative. That's reality. And by the way, Marshall, those are questions that are in the press conferences every day. So what's your relationship with? That's not a narrative. Those are actual bullshit questions on how a coach and a player's relationship is. What are you, a marriage counselor? Who fucking cares? Honest to God. It is like that shit that's going on at IP when, hey, you really take a lot of shit. Who cares? Go win ball games. They ask questions like that, your relationship. Jimmy Johnson and Troy Aikman, in the first 3 years, didn't speak to one another. They didn't speak to one another. That's a fact. Troy Aikman first didn't want to go to Oklahoma State and went to Oklahoma. Then we tried to get him to transfer after we broke his leg to Miami. He said, no, I don't want to play for Jimmy. Went to UCLA. Then he was forced because Landry and the Cowboys had all done the work already and they were going to take Aikman. And then what does Jimmy do? He drafts Steve Walsh just to stick it in Troy's ass. I had numerous conversations with Aikman over it. Okay? Hey, bro, you better move that fucking goalpost on that Blankenship contract, too. Guy's been telling me he's going to get it. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, okay, guy. Goalpost. What goalpost? What are you fucking talking about? I'm commenting on what your DC said today and about AJ. Ain't no goalpost, douchebag. I mean, hey, Jalen, how are you? Hey, Nick, are you okay? It was really uncomfortable to listen to people ask those retarded questions about another man's relationship with his coach. Wow. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, ask about my favorite part of the day was Vic. Hey, Howie and Nick will tell you who's playing. I can't tell you right now. Oh, hey, you better hope that defense does finish in the top 10 this year because you're going to have one pissed off DC. I guarantee. Hey, I'm making a prediction right now. Prediction, September 1. You ready? If that thing fucking doesn't look like you guys think it's going to, you're going to have a hell show going on because someone's going to become more vocal than he was today. And you're going to get somebody being more vocal. That doesn't look like a guy who's going to sugarcoat anything. Hey, how's your depth? Today? Good. Yeah, sure, today. Until they get out there on the field. How you doing? Hurt spoke today, too. And tell you this, one guy I'll never comment on ever again. And I got to give Nick a lot of kudos. Congratulations to you. He's turned out to be the worst interviewer and the worst person ever to ask questions to at a presser. Nick, you learned. Give him shit. Actually, he's the worst person now in the league behind the mic, which in theory is the best person in the league behind the mic. I mean, you have to love it if you're Philly. Because, seriously, he sounds like he's speaking a different language now. He's so bad. But that's okay. You want him to be so bad. Vic's the one you got to be worried about. I mean, honestly, I'm waiting for a Nick Sirianni soliloquy or some like recital of the Beatitudes. I mean, this guy here fucking goes off into these questions and I'm like, I don't even know where he is. But then I started thinking that's perfect. He's mastered how to answer questions. You know how you do it? With a question, or I don't know what you're talking about. Or you go somewhere off into the weeds. It's perfect. Congratulations, Nick. It took you 3 years, but you got there. Instead of having to lie about your coaches or your players, give them shit. He's had a great preseason, and he has had an absolutely sensational camp when it comes to talking to the media. It's progressively gotten worse which is in theory, as I said, means you got it right. Don't give these people anything. Like, when you listen to Nick Sirianni talking at a presser now, you can't even get a soundbite out of it. It's so well done. Like, it's not even worth posting. It's just not. I went in there and listened to it. I'm like, wow, he's mastered it. He got it. I mean, phenomenal. I'm not ripping him. I am not ripping him. I swear to God, I'm not. No way. He has learned. The more you say, the more you get in trouble. The less you say, the better. And if you've got to be a guy who's got to have an ego and talk a lot, just talk circles around him. Like, just go off topic what they're asking the question. Yeah, what do you make of Jalen Hurts' play today? Well, we sit down and we really have a nice conversation with, Kevin Petula, myself. We work on everything and we put a game plan together. What we do is then we go out to like Arby's and we get the roast beef sandwiches and we get the curly fries. Jalen really likes the curly fries. I'm a Mountain Dew guy, so I'm more of a Mountain Dew. And I hear Jalen Hurts is a Dr. Pepper guy. So, yeah, then we sit there and, we formulate passing routes and we talk about, interchangeable players. And then we talk about AAA batteries. Should I put the AAA batteries in my headset? Or should I put them in my – is there Walkman anymore? I mean, hey, or should I put them in my tablet there, okay? What was your question again? Wonderfully done. Nick, that's how you do it, Nick. I'm so lost I have no idea what he said. Great. Bob Lang must be going, that's my guy. That is my guy. No, I said AAA defense. Oh, I thought you said AAA batteries. Oh, I got it. Yeah. He's totally getting it. He's actually growing into it. Jalen, what's your relationship with Nick? Day by day? It's a work in progress. Oh, my God. It's like talking to my wife. Holy shit. How's your relationship with your old lady? Day by day. It's a work in progress. How long you been together? 56 years. Oh, man. Oh, man. I got to tell you. Hey, Jalen, what's your relationship with Nick? Here, where is it? Let me get to it. Our relationship is day to day. We keep working toward day to day. Does that mean one day you hate his ass because he says something fucking stupid? I mean, what is it? I'm sorry, man. This is a really complex relationship if it's day by day. So wait a minute. After 4 years, ask yourself this. How many years has Jalen Hurts? How many years has Jalen Hurts been an Eagle? Could someone tell me? New nickname for the D. AAA defense. How many years has Jalen Hurts been with Nick Sirianni now? Is this going into 5 years? 5 years. Is that right, Lamar? Lamar, let me ask you a simple question here. He's been an Eagle for 6, 5 with Nick. If you were dating a chick and you heard one of the people in the relationship say this after 5 years, hey, how's your relationship with your girlfriend? Well, it's day to day. How do you feel about that? Hey, your girlfriend said it's day to day. We've been together 5 years. Day to day? Shit. Yeah. Holy cow. Man, that's some really interesting relationship. Day to day. Hey, it's day to day, and it's evolving after 5 fucking years. Hey, that's something else, man. That's some relationship you guys got going there. You two girls need to work that out a little better, don't you? After 5 years, it's day to day, and it's evolving. Okay? Thank God my old lady didn't say that to me. Holy shit. It's evolving. Wow. That's something else. Man. Quite a relationship going there. And I'm glad to see that the Philly media is so concerned about the relationship between the two lovebirds, Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni, that, that question's asked quite a bit. How you two lovebirds getting along? Can you imagine Big Sills there at that presser? How you two girls getting along? Oh, my God. How do you sit there and ask that question if you're another man going, how's your relationship with another man? When at the end of the day, it's about winning ball games, not about whether you like me or not. I don't know what the relevance of it is. Successful people don't have to like one another. Okay? They don't. I mean, right? Wozniak and Steve, what's his name? Wozniak and Bill Gates didn't really like one another. But they created Microsoft. They didn't really like each other. Well, Wozniak and Jobs, excuse me. They didn't really like one another. Right? They didn't. I don't know. What else did he say? Now, the unknown question by John McMullen was a great question. It kind of took Hurts back. John asked him a good one here because John's right. You really don't know what the Cowboys are going to throw at you. And it's a different Eagle defense, completely different than a year ago. Completely. Okay? Sills can't spell the words more than one syllable. I could smell this NFL contract. Oh, yeah. Hey, well, that must have been taped because I didn't do a live show today. Only show I did live is this one right here. Thank you very much, Mr. International. But tomorrow I'll go live down in Tampa. Yeah, I didn't do a live one today. They must have replayed a show of mine. Vic alluded to putting too much on the defenses played early last year. He's going to keep it simple. Okay. He better keep it simple. He's got a bunch of new dudes out there. Sills, I think the Cowboys are going to keep this game real close. If the Eagles decide to be cute, they will. Like if the Eagles come out throwing the football, they'll be 3-and-outs. How could there not be? Gimpy A.J. Brown, or wait, 100% healthy A.J. Brown hasn't practiced all camp. They're saving him like they did Hurts, and they put him in the garage the entire camp. And they're going to take him out, and he's going to go for 158 against the Cowboys on Thursday. So probably that, Just run the ball. Okay? Just run the ball. Seals, here's my question. Is if Howie went to go get a corner, what player would be able to start right away? Right now, none. Too late. You got to do that shit in the bye week now. Dude, you're not making a move for corner or anybody right now. What do you think this is? This shit's done. These are your men you're going to battle with. And possibly by the trading deadline, if there's something or a position that is really awful, they'll make a move with a bad team. Right now, this is it. This is your roster. You're set. You're going to be getting, and if you do make a trade, which you won't, any trade you make right now is an omission that you fucked up in the offseason and some of these armchair guys you brought in. You've made so many moves now. You're unsure. They're unsure of what they have. How do we know that? Just by their actions and trades. Not by what I'm saying. Don't go by what I'm saying here. Go by their actions. Listen to Vic today. Yeah, they'll tell you who's starting, who's traveling. I don't know. That's for them to say. Okay. Sill's honest question. How can a player mean if he sits out? I'm not sure what you're talking. What does that mean? So he wasn't healthy the entire camp then. That's why he sat out. Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure what you're asking. I thought he was healthy. I was told the whole time he's been healthy. They're just holding him out. So is he hurt or not? And if he's been healthy, why is he listed on the injury report with a hamstring? Why was there even a question that he would? I didn't know anybody asked the question. Are you playing Thursday? Yes. I didn't know that was even a thing. Did you? Hold on. I'm sure you do because, Jack, you're retarded. Says, how long can hamstring injuries linger? Depends on what grade it is. 1, 2, or 3. All depends. I mean, you can. It depends on the grade of hamstring injury. He's asking if you think he can get to 100% while playing this season. It'll take longer because you're not resting. Hamstrings is a resting injury. It's either surgically or rest. And it depends on the grade. Now, he's missed all of training camp. And he missed the last OTA. So I don't know. I mean, he's had 6 weeks. What more? It's 6 weeks. He hasn't practiced. He's been out jogging, running around, and they're still listing him. Okay? It's 6 weeks now. You tell me. Okay? Seals, do you think Vic is pissed or was he laughing it off? I don't think he's pissed yet. I think he's aggravated. I don't think he's pissed. First, you rip his team apart, his unit, his defense. Then you give him the spare change instead of dollar bills to put in his pocket. It's a nuisance. I think he's, dude, and I don't care how you read it. I thought those were smart-ass remarks. Hey, who's traveling? Go ask Howie and Nick. They'll tell you. Who's starting at corner? Go ask Nick and Howie. Is Campbell playing? That's a Howie question. All right. Just play it. Listen to it. I had to listen to it twice. I was like, this is fucking classic. I thought they were just smart-ass remarks. I did. I thought they were being like, he was just giving them the wazoo a little bit. Okay? Hey, this is another thing. I like this right here. So let me get this right. Landon Dickerson has made it so that he's put himself in a position where he's going to go Thursday night. I would ask you this. For an organization that covets being healthy so much, why? Why? Why is it important to have Landon in that game and to potentially have him ahead of schedule when you could rest him another week and have him fully rested for the entire season? Okay. We'll see how that works out Thursday night. We'll see. Landon Dickerson in a Cowboy game that you're going to kill them. Then after that, you've got Chiefs And you got cheap. You know what I would do to Landon Dickerson? If I were the Cowboys, I'd put 3 techniques on him. Make him slide that groin and make him slide that knee as much as I could. I'd move him around in there, and I would do every single thing I could. And I would put Kenny Clark on him, and I would have him slide. He ain't 100%. There's no fucking way. And we're going to test that knee out. I don't know. Me, it seems like I'd wait a week, but he must be ready. Save AJ for week 2. Dotson could get it done. Dude, the Cowboys are a limited threat. A limited threat. But hey, he wants to play. Look, sometimes you got to protect the player from himself. It definitely was smart-ass replies, but my question is, do you think it was directed at Nick and Howie or the media? I think all of them. All of the above, Eric. I think Nick, Howie, and the media. Because I think after that one comment that Nick Sirianni said about who's playing in that preseason game, that didn't sit well with that dude. I'm talking Vic. And that didn't sit well with Nick. Yeah, well, remember what he said? Yeah, Howie and I will make that call who's playing. And that's a direct shot back at that. How do you not take that? Yeah, we got to see what we can put out there, you know. And then when Nick was asked that same question, we got to play more of the guys. Yeah, well, we'll let you know who's playing. He let you know right there. This is my fucking football team. And Howie and I will make the call, not you, Vic. And so Vic went back and goes, hey, you guys can ask Vic and Nick or Howie and Nick who's playing. They'll tell you who's starting and who's not. That's exactly what that is. Those are smart-ass jabs back at them. This is going to be a great year. I'm going to need, oh my God, this is going to be fucking great. You got a defensive coordinator. Hey, do you like the talent on the team? Yeah, today I do. Oh, shit. Right now, depth is good until proven otherwise. What? Oh, my God. It's fucking great. Yep. Who is Campbell playing? Ask Howie. Ask Howie. What's Howie got to do with game day? Oh, I got it. He picks the roster for Sundays. Doug was right. I don't know if it's controversy as more getting under people's skin. That's what I think it is. It's more getting under people's skin. Score prediction for us. What did I write down? I got 31-20 as of right now. I think they're going to get junkyards. Okay? I think they're going to get junkyards. So, hey, get this. So wait a minute. Big Marshall. Hey, yeah, look, I'd like to see how many players, that we need to get a lot of guys out here for this Cleveland game and see what we have. We'll try to figure it out during the game. Here's Nick. And Marshall, I'm right. Yeah, well, Howie and I will go over on who's playing and who's not playing. Oh. And then today, who's starting at corner? Need to ask Nick and Howie. He'll have that for you. Who's starting at safety? You need to ask Nick and Howie. Okay? Is Q traveling? You need to ask Nick. Is Campbell playing? You need to ask Howie that one. All right? I don't know. No, you know how I know how to start shit? It's called listening, douchebag. Oh, no, that contract is coming, baby. The difference between our drama and the Cowboy drama is that at the end of the day, we usually win. No, not usually. Almost always. Almost always. Landon not practicing. Why? I don't need him to practice in a walkthrough. Dude, this was a walkthrough today. I don't need him out there in a walkthrough. Go sit in the tub. Get yourself some rehab. Landon Dickerson on a walkthrough. No. A.J. Brown on a walkthrough. No. Andrew Makuba on a walkthrough? Yes. Why? He's never played a down. Landon, get in the training room. Go in there. Work on yourself. I don't need him out there. Landon Dickerson was not eligible for a walkthrough. A walkthrough. Okay. You mean helmets and shorts? Fuck that. I don't care. The walkthroughs are like, you know what you do you guys know what you do in a walkthrough? You're on the sidelines, and you know what you're starting to do? You work first on defensive substitution packages. And they'll go like this. Dime. You go out there. Nickel. You go out there if you're involved. Then what they do in kickoff return. Squid kick. Unit goes out there. Hands team. Go out there. Offense. 11 personnel. Fullback. You're communicating for sideline communications. Most of the time what walkthroughs are. Punt return. Kick return. Field goal block, short yardage, goal line. Those are the only things you do in a walkthrough. You want to see if everyone on the sidelines listening. So you do your walkthrough, and they've done the work, bro. There's no more practicing. It's Monday. You might have something, helmets and shells tomorrow. Thursday. Dude, you're not doing anything physical right now. There's nothing physical. It's over. All the shit now is mental. Knowing your teams, what team you're on. You're not going to have like a fucking inside drill or 7-on-7. That stuff's over with. So those Cowboy fans are like, LJ, a stalker he can't get away from. Hey, man, you know what? That's okay. I got 2 dudes on my X account, and I got a couple guys in here, man. Woo! Now I know what Taylor Swift feels, but you just ignore them, and you thank them for being here for like paying for my time and the algorithm. Other than that, I swear to God, I pay no attention to it any longer. They're now irrelevant. See here. Twiz. The dude knee is jacked up. What planet are you on? I mean, no. I know. He's 100%. Eagles guys think that he's 100%. I'm like, I don't know, man. Blitz pickup, end of the day, stuff like that. You're working on shit like that. Hey, I'll tell you what I would do. If I were Cowboys and I was going to create pressure, I'd do it over Dickerson. I'd run stunts on him. Make him move his knee. See how healthy he is. You know what else I would do to AJ? Test that hamstring out. I'd play press coverage on him. See if he can get off the line of scrimmage. See if that hamstring is 100%. By the way, I'm assuming it is, and I'm expecting it to be. I'm expecting that. So how is this situation with Matthew Stafford looking? Man, that's making me wobble a little bit on the that's making me wobble on the Rams. If that dude can't get out there, and that dude can't get out there and play, and he can't be a star, Rams ain't going anywhere with Jimmy Garoppolo. They're not going anywhere. Now, by the way, this is a pretty smart thing here, what Yale's saying. Maybe what they're doing is showing all the videos with Landon playing, and they're making the Cowboys game plan for Landon, and they put that guy, what is his name, Tooth, and they put him in there, and they start him. They may be doing that, maybe a little gamesmanship. I'm all good with that. Okay, I'm all right with that. That could possibly be. where they're just throwing all the videos out there. And, the Cowboys see that. The Cowboys are going to see they're going to see the injury report. And they're going to look at the videos. They're on bland press coverage on AJ. Yeah, that won't go well. Like I said, find out if he's hurt. I didn't say that he couldn't beat him. He ain't beating him with a hamstring injury. I mean, I was told he's 100%. Well, 100%. Let's go. Wait, he's going to be listed on the injury report tomorrow. Want to bet? But he's 100%. RC3 said so. I can't believe it either. $92 million? I think Jerry just gave him that money just so he didn't look too bad on that Parsons deal. By the way, let me go here to Parsons real quick. Two things are going to happen. Cowboy fans, I know you're in here. Two things are going to happen. Galvanize, demoralize. Okay, do you hear me? Galvanize, demoralize. Who are they? Here's how this is going to play out. If Dallas can hang for a half, it's going to galvanize. If Jalen Hurts is sitting back there and in the first drive, they go down the field 10 plays and Hurts is in the passing game creating and sitting in the pocket, no one's put pressure on him, it will demoralize that team. They might get beat 50-3. The first 10 minutes of that game, galvanize, demoralize. Because right now, I've got to get over the fact that my pseudo-owner GM traded the best player away on my roster. Okay. I've got to be a pro and go into that game as focused as I can, knowing that I have 5 bullets and you have 6. Okay. I've got to make it work. So I'm there. Let me tell you something, man. Momentum is a bitch. And if that thing goes south in the first 10 minutes for the Cowboys, like Dak's got 3 picks, they're down 21-0. Wow. Bro, I wish you would hope there was a college game on Wednesday night. Why would Hurts have 318 yards when he barely had 300 yards? I don't know if he had 300 yards in any game last year. Barkley's going to break one in the second half. Probably. I see that happen in big sales. Oh, yeah. Demoralize or galvanize. If they can get into the fourth quarter, they're going to rally around themselves. They said we couldn't do it. Let me tell you something. Momentum like that can carry teams too. They said we couldn't do it. They said the Eagles were so much better than us. How many times have you guys seen upsets? You guys are one of the greatest upset history stories of all time with Nick Foles beating Brady and Belichick. That's an upset. It happens. So don't think it couldn't happen to you. I've been involved in too many where I'm supposed to win and when I wasn't supposed to win. Been involved in too many of those. Okay? And what makes that reality is your defensive new folks that you have. Okay? Right? Even all the questions, the Eagles are. So wait a minute. NFL, I see somebody in here saying upsets don't happen in the NFL. So are you trying to tell me the 2017 Super Bowl wasn't an upset? You're fucking nuts, guy. No, you're right. Backup quarterback beating Brady. No, that's not an upset. Right? Very rare. Yeah. Upset happen every week. Absolutely, they happen every week. teams out you thought were going to blow another team out. You lost to the fucking Jets a couple years ago. I guess that wasn't an upset. You lost to the Cardinals. I guess that wasn't an upset. You were destroyed by the Bucs in the playoffs. I'm assuming you don't think that was an upset. You got beat by Seattle. I'm assuming that's not an upset. That happens very rarely. Oh, wait. In the first 4 games, who beat you? Was it Atlanta? It was Atlanta that beat you. Is that an upset? Is that an upset? You losing to Atlanta? Yes or no? But on. No. Hey, fuck that. All he had to do was catch it. Yeah, I know. It's called upset. Holy shit. How's your relation? Wait a minute. This is my favorite one. Before we get Xander on here, man. You ready for this one? Hey, Vic. Who's fucking starting the corner? You need to ask Howie and Nick that one. How you doing? Wait a minute. Is Q going to travel? You need to ask Howie and Nick on that one. What? Hey, is Campbell playing? That's a Howie question. Oh, wait. Hold on here now. What the fuck, man? It's that go back all the way to that Browns preseason game when he said, I need to get a bunch of my guys out there to see what we have. And then, Nick goes, hey, don't worry. Howie and I will figure out who's playing. Hey, what we got going on here? And then we had the lovebird questions being asked today. Hey, Jawin, how's your love affair going on with Nikki? Oh, it's day to day. So wait a minute. After 5 fucking years, you got a relationship going day to day. Wow, man. I know this. If that was Xander and he had a girl day to day, I don't know, man. That Corvette would be out of the parking lot. He'd have his sock drawer gone. Woo, baby. How you doing? Remember what I told you about the Parsons deal? Galvanize or demoralize. They hang up 21 on them, the Eagles, in the first 10 minutes. Cowboy guys are going to be sitting on the sidelines doing this. They're going to be looking up at that owner booth going, what the fuck you do? Right? Big Z, how's your relationship with Xander? You mean Big Sills? How's your relationship? I'm fucking here, aren't I? Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I heard something today. Kevin Patullo is going to look like Bill Walsh. He's going to look like Ernie Zampese. You're going to think this motherfucker's the greatest coordinator in the history of pro football. I can't wait. Without further ado, by the way, Michael Irvin, tomorrow, Cowboy Week. All right. I got to get his opinion because he's a professional marriage counselor. Xander knows how to mow a lawn. So I got to get the skinny on this here between Vic, Nick, and Howie. What's going on here between these lovebirds? Without further ado, the co-host of Birds 365, the hardest working man in Philly, Big Z, Xander Krauss joins us now.
What an intro. What's going on, Big Sills? How you doing on a football Monday?
Well, I'm doing a lot better than you. I could tell you that because of my Hurricanes and your Bama.
Well, from that perspective, I mean, shit, I knew that this was coming in. But, Josh, to answer your question, our relationship sucks because this guy covers the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, it would never day off. Yo, dude, the fucking game's in 4 days. I was live every Monday in the offseason. The game's in 4 days. If you want off on Labor Day, be an accountant. Holy moly.
Big Sills, that's not what this is here. Hey, Xander, so what do you make of that presser today with him throwing little snide shots? Now, listen, I think it's more aggravating for
They
him.
got him. That's what I think. They got
What?
him. They got him.
What do you mean they got him? Tell me what they mean by they got him.
They got him. Vic is no longer giving his truthful self in the press conferences, and it took a couple of weeks. I mean, he is normally lauded by the reporters for being so honest and so open, and they can get a lot from him, and they don't have to guard themselves on their questions. And first 4 questions are like, oh, ask Sirianni, ask Howie. And I think they might have gotten to him. They might have said to him, you got to stop giving them so much in those pressers, man. We got to keep more stuff close to the vest. And I think Vic.
Yeah, but he let the media know that that's what they wanted him to do, because he could have went like, let me tell you something about your boy Sirianni. Look at this. Congratulations. You now know how to answer questions at a press conference.
Oh, he's brutal.
Oh, no, wait a minute. He's mastered it now. Where, get this, give him shit.
Yeah.
He's mastered it. And here's Vic. Who's starting at corner? That's a Howie and a Nick. That's a Howie and a Nick question. Wait, who's
That's actually not a Howie question, Vic. That's a Vic question.
Not for me, it ain't. Hey, who's starting at safety? Oh, that's a Howie and a. Then he goes to Campbell. He goes, that's a Howie call. Dude,
well,
I think he's aggravated.
I don't think he's aggravated. I think he's ready to go, man. I think he's getting ready for the season. And honestly, Sills, I do think that most coaches of Vic's caliber they really don't give a shit about the media. You know what I mean? So it's like he's probably maybe he got talked to.
He's probably playing with the media.
Well, he's probably playing a little bit, but he's also probably just like, I really don't care. If you really don't want me to say anything, I will go in there and bullshit, if I have to, because I'm just focused on the game on Thursday. I think Vic is ready to rumble. I'm ready to rumble, man. It's game week. I am so jacked. I woke up this morning, Sills, and I looked up at the sky. I jumped out of bed. I came down here. I got my Black Eagles hat out. I got the Super Bowl champion hat out. I'm like, I'm ready to go. I am done debating with Sileo and beating his ass, by the way, doing it all off season long. No, I'm ready to debate some real football.
I have had my greatest off season in about 10, 15 years right now. It's been really.
How can you say that when there's no game?
You didn't replace the safety. You didn't replace the corner. You barely replaced the edges. The depth level on the team is, like I said, and quite frankly, I say Keely Ringo, one of my bold predictions, will never win that job at cornerback. I thought it'd take 4. I thought it'd take 4 weeks, though. I didn't think it'd take 4 camp weeks to get that job out from under him. So we shall see, my good friend.
Not make that proclamation that it was
I did too. Look at your book.
No, I'm not talking about Ringo. I'm talking about that you had such a good offseason.
I've had a marvelous.
That's still yet to be told.
Marvelous offseason.
I think back to last September 1st, you were saying the same thing.
I know. I said that also in 22. I said it in 23. I said it all that too. Yes, every single year you're going to be asking questions like that because of the way you guys do business on rotating players out. Now, it is an NFL thing, but the difference is the Eagles changing players out and the Jets changing players out. You're going from a team that's 11, 12, 13 win team, and we're talking about a 5-win team changing players out. So we'll see. Again, Thursday night will tell us. So let me hook you up on something here. So I was told that A.J. Brown is 100%, no questions asked. Please don't ever ask a fucking question or you'll get your face smashed in if you ask a fucking question about it. Out of nowhere, I hear, I'm going Thursday. And I'm like, did anybody really ask that? I thought you were a go anyway. Now you're also on the injured list with a hamstring. So, I mean, and you've made all these moves for wide receivers. My question is, okay, so was the guy hurt the entire camp?
Well, I think he's got a nagging hamstring that bothers him, and I think they're not going to put him on the field if they don't have to. He's going to be ready to go for the game. But, look, it's obvious that there's something nagging him. Why else would they keep him out of practice almost every single day of training?
And list them.
And, well, I think now you have to list them, so they have no choice anymore. But I don't think it means much for the games, honestly, dude. Is it something to monitor as the player gets older? Absolutely. I really do think it is something to monitor. But I really don't think A.J. Brown is the type of player that needs to be out there at practice.
No.
They're definitely not going to take any risk with him. So if the hamstring's nagging at all, they're certainly not going to put him on the football field. But when it comes to game, when it comes to the game, he's going to be out there. I mean, John told me there's something behind the off the record kind of that he mentioned, and I can say this. John, I talked to John about it, but he basically said, "Hell yeah!" Like, are you playing Thursday? He said, "Hell yeah." So I really don't think in AJ's mind it's ever been, is the game a question.
You think it's more of an organizational thing, that it's more in their mind?
It's a safety thing, dude. I mean, look at their record without that player. I think they're probably like, hey, I'd rather struggle in practice and get him out there for the games. Now, where I do think you're right and other people are sleeping on a little bit is football is a game of chemistry. You know what I mean? Like you got to have some level of
especially
chemistry.
on offense.
Yeah, and you can even boil it down, and it's not the perfect example, but if we don't do a show together for a year,
that's right,
or 6 months, and we come on, we're not going to have the same chemistry as we do when we do a daily show or we practice together every day. You know what I mean? So again, that's a smaller sample, but I do think that matters a little bit. But when you're AJ's caliber of good, it's hard for me to put that much stock in him missing practice. I think he's going to be good to go. It is something to keep an eye on, though, because look, if it's something that pops up so much to the point where they don't even want him on the practice field, does it feel like it's inevitable that it will pop up in the season?
I just remember don't want it to nag and drag on.
Right, and it's popped up. It popped up last year. It popped up, I believe, the year before that when he missed the playoff game in Tampa.
That's right.
So it's something to monitor. I'll give you that, but I'm not sounding any alarms on September.
He missed both Tampa games. He missed both Tampa games.
That's right. He missed both Tampa games. Yeah.
So let me ask you something on Dickerson now. Now, follow me here. So he's worked so hard, and he's going to go right up to game day. I heard he wasn't. Now, today's a walkthrough. I don't give a shit if he's out there or not. Walkthrough, really. It's going over your teams and shit. Get him in the tub. Get him more rehab. It's all good. He don't need to be out there in a walkthrough. But if you're really going like this, let's get Landon. Landon's worked so hard to get back from the surgery he just had about a month ago. He's worked so hard. Is it really that imperative to have him week one? And you take a shot at that guy? Am I right, Xander? Correct me if I'm wrong. He had 2 surgeries this offseason, one earlier in the year, and then this last one here. You really want to put him in that room where you're going to have him go out there in week 1 and not have him strong for weeks 2, 3, 4, and 5?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on this. I don't really see the
you're going to kill Dallas.
I don't really see the need if Landon is at all questionable. But honestly, the way that you think about this, though, think about it from a more broad perspective. Think about the way, and you just got done talking about it with A.J. Brown to me. Think about the way the Eagles handle all their injuries, especially the injuries with their star players. Like, do we really believe that if Landon Dickerson has any concern coming into this game, they're going to play him? They're not. No. They won't even let AJ practice. No. I mean, they're not going to let Landon play.
Oh, so I think you think it's a smoke screen for Dallas.
Well, I don't know. It could be. But all I'm saying is if there is any real tangible concern with Landon Dickerson that exists, they're not going to play. In my estimation, they wouldn't. No, why would they, right? I mean, they treat everybody else. They go over the top about being sensitive to injuries. Yeah. And by the way, they're right because they've had very healthy teams the last 3 years. Yeah. So I'm not going to criticize or judge their thought process on it. But I also am going to factor that in and say, if Landon's in trouble, they're not going to put him out there week 1. And you're right, by the way, 2 surgeries this offseason, dude. Yeah. Surgeries take a toll on people's body. People who've never been under the knife don't realize that. I've had surgeries, and they were nothing crazy. But when I woke up or when I got back in my routine, I remember saying, "Holy shit!" It almost makes your whole body, like you could get operated on your leg or your knee in Landon's case, and you still wake up and your whole body feels sore. It just feels weird. So they definitely take a toll on your body. But I think Landon's good.
And Xander, by the way, we'll read all supers at the end of the segment here. Please hit the like button. Xander, here's the thing that fucks with you. It's like having your knee surgery, then you do it again, then you're under anesthesia, then you have to go to rehab.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you're cut again. I have so many surgeries that I need. I've been cut so many times in my early career. I don't want to go through that any longer.
Yeah,
players don't want to go through that. It is a nightmare to have to go through that.
I mean, not that matters now, but how it impacts somebody later in life is a good sign of how much is actually happening in the moment, right? Like for us to sit here and think a surgery is basically meaningless is naive, because look at, like you give this example all the time. You struggle to get out of bed in the morning because of all the injuries you sustained from football. If they weren't a big deal, then they wouldn't have that type of long-term effect on the body. So there is something there. But again, I do trust the Eagles organization.
I do too.
I know that sounds a little messed up.
No.
I'm actually one of the people that's like, I don't trust authorities. I don't trust the government. I don't trust the Eagles. I don't trust anybody.
Well,
but
Xander, when you're paying somebody $25 million,
you're
paying somebody $25 million, it's not like you're paying somebody $100,000 any longer. You're paying 20. These are huge investments.
Yes, no doubt.
To sit there and go like this, well, you know what? Fuck it. Don't try. I don't know, man. You know what? They want the player. They want the player out there playing.
I'm with you, but they've done really well. They've made really good decisions in the injury department. So I'm going to rock with that. But I don't think it's nothing. I'll give you that.
All right, let me go here. Let me read some. Here's my early takeaways, Xander, before we do the Thursday actual for me and my predictions. The Cowboys, if they can't generate a pass rush and they allow Jalen Hurts to sit back there and just have AJ and Devontae run those developing routes, that game will be over in the first 10 minutes. Dak and CD, they've got to get a rhythm going. They've got to attack the new guys and the lesser talented guys. That's Adoree Jackson, and that's the safety position. Trotter would be somebody I would attack, and Campbell, not because they're not good, because they're limited in game experience. They've got to get something going intermediate passing-wise because they don't have a run game. If they can't be consistent, Dallas, and they can't keep those edges, or they can't get a pass rush going, the Eagles, and Dak's able to sit back there and find CD in that zone, they're going to be able to move the sticks. I'm thinking the Cowboys want to make this a fourth quarter football game. They've got to get it into the fourth quarter. The Eagles can put this game away in the first 10 minutes if everything goes right for them. So I put it this way. As far as I'm concerned, some of you guys are going to be very bored on Thursday.
No.
It's going to be 38 carries.
I don't care, though, because
you're just going to run the fucking ball down their throat, because I don't believe Dallas can do that. And you're going to be sitting on your hands eating fucking 2, 3, 4 hot dogs, watching them just fucking power drive.
It's impossible for an Eagles fan to be bored on Thursday night. You know how excited this city is, dude? I'm telling you, it's game week in Philadelphia. This place changes.
But wait, it won't look exciting.
People that aren't from here, though, will never understand this. This place changes when the Philadelphia Eagles are on. If they beat Dallas on Thursday, we're going to have a 10-day period of bliss and peace in the city of brotherly love. So, no.
I guarantee
you're right in your read. Dallas's goal is to make this a fourth quarter game. Now, I don't think they're going to be able to do it because, look, we're going to obviously, I think the Eagles are going to win all these different things. But, if you really break down the X's and O's of this game, I think the only thing that goes in the Cowboys' favor is that it's such an early game on the schedule because the Eagles are not as established yet. And, worse teams have more anticipation because they don't know that they suck. They might think they suck, but they also think
you don't have game film. You don't have game film. You don't know the coordinator.
Right. But also, Sills, like if you look at the matchups in this game, like it's not really great for Dallas. Like they don't have a great defensive line on the edges to handle the Eagles' offensive line. Their best receiver is a slot merchant, which is great for a lot of teams, but we have one of the best slot corners in football. They have one other outside corner. Maybe Q travels with them. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe they can pick on Adoree Jackson. But you just said it. That's really where they got to make their hay on offense. They're not going to run the football that well. They don't have any running backs.
Follow me here when I say this to you about their that's right. Follow me. Dak and CD's going to go for over 100-something yards, and Dak's going to go for over 3. Now, the question would be this. Is it a trailing 3?
It's going to be.
Which means you're going to have to throw every down.
Yeah.
You're going to be 17 of 30 for 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 picks. That kind of shit, Xander, is what I'm talking about. I'm not. Now, if they're able to move the chains and that wide receiving core can exploit some of those secondary guys, it's going to come down to pressure too.
Yeah.
If
No,
they
you're
can't,
right.
if they can't, now here's what I do. I get the ball, I turn around and I run Jalen Hurts and some of those RPOs, and I get the ball and I get a 14-point lead. If you put Dallas behind the sticks 14-0, Dallas is going to be compelled to have to throw the ball. Then you're going to be able to pin your ears and get after them, because a run game is not going to be something that they're going to be able to establish. And you're just telling those guys just to pin your ears and go. And
Well, something to be said about the.
I think Dak's gonna be that first quarter. The first 10 minutes will tell me about the game.
Well, I agree with you, but where this could potentially go, not south, but where it potentially could play in the Cowboys' favor is if Landon does miss the game, and that does throw off that Eagles running game early in the game. You know, how can Dallas use that to their advantage? Now, I'm not of the belief that adding Kenny Clark is enough for them to kind of, mitigate the run. It'll help. He's a good player. But
against Brett Toth, it would be.
That's my point. If Dickerson's not in there, or okay, now that's become a real thing. Because remember, I feel pretty good about Steen, but this is a new role as well for Steen. I mean, look, we had Mekhi Becton last year, who he had some faults, but one thing he was really good at was blocking in the running game. I mean, how many times have we watched Saquon run behind him, boop, up the hole and go? We watch that a lot. So I think that's something to keep an eye on. If the loss of Dickerson, if he doesn't play, how that kind of impacts the game. But overall, I think the team's in a good position. And, if they can run and they can kind of do what you just laid out, I think it's going to be an ugly one for Dallas, because I don't think they have the horses to get into a passing game like that. I mean, I know that's kind of what they're used to playing like. That's kind of why Dak has so many yards all the time.
That's right.
But it's different going up against the Eagles, especially for a team that has a pretty good interior. They're going to get pressure on the interior. Those edge rushers got to show up this year, man. They have to show up. If our edge rushers don't show up, the defense is not going to work as well.
Here's where I'm going to go and give you another. I'm going to give you a different angle here.
All right.
If Landon's not in there, okay, Landon's not in there, and Dallas's edge rushers, okay, I mean, Dallas's edge rushers, but their interior defensive tackles going against, like you just said, going against Steen and going against Toth, and an injured, or not injured, but a guy coming off of a back injury, Dallas may have an advantage in the middle in there. If Landon's not in there, dude, or either that or it's a push.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, I want to see how, because Cam hasn't really practiced that much during this camp, has he?
No, I think he has. I think
he has. Okay.
I think he has. I mean, I haven't heard. I mean, I know he missed a couple, but I don't think he's been out like as much.
Was he in that that Browns controls? He was? Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. If you don't have Landon in there, you don't have the advantage of guard. It's a push. And the kid Clark he's better than whoever you're going to line up over.
Yeah, I mean, some people bring it up the last time we played Clark was when he was on the Packers, and we completely dismantled.
Who was playing against him?
Exactly. That's where you're right. I mean, let's see how they fare against them. But I don't think
you don't have an advantage, and you don't have the advantage inside if Landon's not playing.
Again, though, my honest thought on this game, and it's why I keep going back to it, is the only real thing the Cowboys have in this game is that it's week one, and there's so much unknown. It's sloppy football. Nobody really plays well. Remember last year we beat the Packers in Brazil, and Jalen had 3 turnovers. Like, you don't win a game often when your quarterback has 3 turnovers, but we did. Like, week one has a weird way of playing out, and I think that's the biggest advantage for the Cowboys. But if you look at these rosters top to bottom, football's a talent game, dude. It's a talent game. That's what it is first.
It's a matchup game, too.
It's a matchup game, but where do they have better matchups?
Okay. Why do you guys think he struggled against Washington?
Well,
I mean, when I say struggled, games are all close. Every fucking game I've watched in 4 years, I've not seen a game that come down to the final quarter or the final drive. I mean, Washington,
there's a chance we blow the doors off.
They're a physical team. And the Eagles get into those. Remember something? You know why Carolina was close? Carolina is enormous, Xander, and they're physical. Okay? They're a physical football team. They're not as talented. And remember something here too. Dak can throw the ball, bro.
Oh, I know that.
Hey,
I'm actually one Eagle
you
fan
don't have
who's
slinging
not
Q
afraid to
back
say
there.
that. Dak can spin it. Dak can spin it. He's always been able to spin it, but that's not everything you need, you know.
No,
and
no,
we'll see.
you're right. You don't have two great corners. A year ago, you did.
Well, we do. Well, they're just not on the outside.
Yeah, but I disagree with you and John. Dude, slot and corner they're nowhere near the same guys.
Yeah, well, that I agree with you on. I mean, but
Vic says that.
But remember, they're number one asset on their entire football team.
Who, Cowboys?
Yeah, lines up in the slot. So
Yeah.
it's like, this is one of those rare games where, look, I agree with you, right? Outside corner is a lot different, and we're weak there. But are they? And now maybe they know that, and they just keep CD on the outside in this game. That's possible.
You think Cooper is going to stay? You think he's covering CD Lamb? You think he's a better player than CD?
I'm not saying he's better than him, but I think he's a good matchup for him. I don't think CD just takes him to the woodshed every down. No way.
I saw Adam Thielen take him to the woodshed.
Well, yeah, but you also saw him lock down a lot of other guys.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Adam Thielen.
That was a rookie year against a really experienced wide receiver that is a really good route runner. CD's a really great route runner, dude.
Look, you can get the better of him here and there. It's football. Everybody can get the better of everybody, especially when you have players of that caliber.
I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I'm with you, JD. That's what I was about to say, Sills, before you even said it. I mean, I watched that dude run in motion with Jamar Chase and not let him get a yard. Not a yard on 4th and 1. He didn't let him get a fucking yard. Jamar Chase can't get a yard on you. I mean, you got to have good instinct. So he's got good instinct. I think he's got everything he needs to match up well with CeeDee Lamb. Will CeeDee make some plays? Absolutely. CeeDee Lamb is a great football player.
You had great linebacker play last year to make all that happen, too.
Now, that is true. And that is a bigger factor, I think, than people realize, because linebackers
have bigger space.
Yeah. Linebackers help out the front a lot, the edges a lot. They even help out the secondary if they're good. So, that's a big area right now where we're going to see. I think Bowen obviously is going to be good, but how much does Campbell play? You expecting Campbell to start?
I am.
Me too.
I am. And I'll say this to you. Last year, you had no passing lanes. If you don't get the same type of linebacker play this year, especially early on, that's where CD has more space to roam. And Dak can move around and he's going to move around and find open space. The reason that Cooper was so good last year, you were great on the perimeter at the edge. You were great at the edge. You were great at the corner. And your linebackers were so good at dropping.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That is going to be something to keep an eye on in this.
They were really excellent at that last year, Sills. They really were.
I don't remember a tight end having a big game on you. Do you?
Fuck, had a big game. No, I can't think of one right now.
I can't think of one tight end.
I actually can think of a couple where they had bad games.
I can't think of a back. Oh, Zach Ertz had a pretty decent game.
Oh, that was a good one.
In that second one,
that was a good one.
He had a good set. He had one.
He did.
Yeah,
he did. Ertz was the only one. He did ball. I think he had over 100 yards for the.
I think he had a touchdown catch in that game.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good game.
Do you agree with me on this Parsons deal here? It's either going to galvanize or demoralize.
For the Cowboys?
Yes.
Yeah, what a great way to put it. By the way. I mean, I think there's a better chance that it demoralizes.
Me too.
But there is a chance that it galvanizes. Now, it's kind of an outside chance because I do think that Micah was more respected in there than people think. Like I don't know. We fans love to bicker about play, and that's fine. That's part of what we do. I mean, it's part of what makes our shows exist, right? Is that we have that type of bickering. But like when you're in the NFL, like people know talent, dude. Like they knew in that locker room, Micah Parsons was as good as he was. All right.
Absolutely.
So that's why I think it has a bigger chance to demoralize, because you can't just ship away, like that would be like shipping away, AJ Brown or Saquon Barkley.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah, Jalen Carter and bringing back Kenny Clark. You'd be like, all right, Kenny's good, but like, what the fuck? Like, so
because you're talking future shit and everything, and not just the game on.
I mean, I think it's almost, you could, if it's possible to, it's a signal that they're resetting, and they're not looking to compete. And
this is why I'm saying if Dallas makes that thing a 14-7 game and they're behind by 7 going into the half, that's a win for them.
Right.
That will keep you going here, okay? That'll keep that going. I'll make this comment to you too before we get to the super chats here. Let me ask you this. Bro, if you win that game 27-24, Eagle fans are going to feel like they lost.
Man.
You watch.
I hate to say it, but you are right. You really are right. Now, here's the other part of it, though, and I will be on this show telling everybody this if that does play out that way. I will urge everybody to care less than they do.
Me too.
All you want to do in week 1 is get a win. Win the game. I mean,
I
last
don't care how it looks.
For example, 3 turnovers and we won the game. Shit, at least you walk out of there with a win.
Like the Green Bay game.
Get a win. Walk out of there, feel good, and go back to the drawing board and start to acclimate for the year. But you're not wrong. I mean, Philly is loud. All right, the Slager says the smart ones won't. Well, the dumb ones are a lot louder than the smart ones. All right.
Hey, let me tell you, if Dak throws for 385 yards and 4 touchdowns, and you win 27-26. You're going to fucking be screaming on this show.
Keith says, Xander's going to lose it if Jail looks terrible. Oh, I'm like, Keith, drink your fucking mojitos and shut up, Keith.
Mojitos.
Holy shit. You gotta be kidding me.
Fucking mojitos.
He says if the corners get torched, Xander is going to effing lose it.
Hey,
I
wait a
think
minute.
there's a better chance we beat the living piss out of them, though.
I agree. Let me say this to you, too. John McMullen is going to be on his fucking A train, man, if those edges get blown up in this game.
God,
hey, Xander, here's my top 10 college football teams. Ready? Florida State 10, Clemson 9, Texas 8, Notre Dame 7, Oregon 6, Georgia 5, Penn State 4, Miami 3, LSU 2, Ohio State 1.
Shit, rip them off one more time. I love your top 3. I actually agree with the top 3.
My top 10 are, here's my ballot. I posted it. Florida State 10, Clemson 9, Texas 8.
That's too high for Florida State, but go ahead.
Notre Dame 7, Oregon 6, Georgia 5, Penn State 4, Miami 3, LSU 2, and Ohio State 1.
I'm putting Georgia over Penn State still. I get it, but I know people like that Penn State guy, but I'm going to stick with Georgia there. Love your top 3. I have the same top 3 as you right now. All right.
What do you make Alabama?
Look, yeah, I'm upset about it, but I was ready for it. I really was. When they hired this guy, remember, I didn't want to shit on him because I'm like, I got to give him a chance. But when me and you talked off air, I'm like, Sills, I don't like this fucking hire, dude. Listen, you had a program in Alabama that was built on discipline. They had all of the things that Nick Saban brought. And then here's a better way to look at it too. Kirby Smart, who was Nick Saban's assistant, went to the University of Georgia and became the head football coach. He instilled almost to a T.
Yeah.
Exactly what Nick Saban built. Literally, the discipline, the way he manages everything in his own way.
Most importantly, how you recruit.
Right. And what happened with Georgia? They became a perennial powerhouse in college football, multiple national titles, NFL players left and right, all these different things. At Alabama, you have a guy like Nick Saban hang up. And instead of bringing in a guy that says, I'm going to continue what Saban has built, which has been one of the greatest reigns in college football history. You brought in a guy who came in, wants to gut the program of the identity, got rid of the Tuesday thing, got rid of the Nick Saban old school locker room, brings music back to the practices. Everybody's hee, hoo, ha, ha. And then you get fucking beat by an unranked Florida State team. This isn't hard. Dude, there's no discipline in the organization anymore. You cannot bring in Pat, and by the way, the defensive coordinator who spoke today, I don't even remember his name. He's such a stiff, and I hate him already so bad. I hate the guy. Please bring me back to the dudes I used to bitch about with Nick Saban. He's doing, Florida State did nothing that we weren't ready for. Oh, really, dickhead? You fucking got beat by an unranked Florida State team.
Man.
There's no, dude, that organization already needs an overhaul. I mean, that guy is not built for Alabama. He's built like a Pac-12 coach.
$70 million buyout.
Yes, I'm aware. So he ain't going anywhere.
Okay. Not for another year. Next year, maybe. But you're not.
Can you believe it, though? I mean,
no.
Seriously,
I couldn't believe what I was watching.
How are you the athletic director of the University of Alabama? Your tuition skyrockets, your applications for school skyrocket. I mean, shit, the reason I ended up at Alabama is why? Because Nick Saban made him a fucking household name. You know, I had a shitty GPA in high school. I'm like, I get into Bama, here I come, baby. Right. You know, now you got this dude who comes. Why would you hire a guy who wants to rid your program of what made it great when there's another guy who built the same blueprint in your conference and made a powerhouse?
Let me give you
They went the wrong way, though, Sills, and it was so obvious to not go that way.
Let me tell you what happened to Larry Coker. You probably don't know the name. Larry Coker took over for Butch, and he won 2 national championships off the great talent that was left behind. Within a matter of the 4th year, that he got fired. You know why? He fired and did everything that your guy did. He brought in all these new assistants. Yeah. You know what he did too? Do you know what this new coach did? This Ken DeBoer guy did? He fired all those assistant coaches who had all those pipelines to South Florida, to Louisiana, to fucking Georgia. And you know what he did? When you fire that, those high school coaches are not going to send their kids there anymore. You know where they're going to send them?
Yeah.
LSU and Georgia.
Why? And by the way, as an Alabama,
he's from Washington.
As an Alabama fan, why would they? Why would they send their kids to that program?
I wouldn't.
My favorite part about the way Nick Saban ran his program was that he wanted boys to become men. He didn't want boys to compete on the football field. He taught you how to be a man, how to handle your responsibilities, how to be a disciplined, not only a disciplined player, a disciplined adult, a disciplined person in society. You got this fucking dude who comes in and it's like, oh, free for all, you're just relying on your talent. By the way, they the number 3 recruiting class in all of college football. It's not a talent problem in Alabama right now. It's not.
It's coaching.
It's coaching. That whole program looked like shit. And somebody just said it in the comments. They didn't even look like they wanted to be out there, those players.
No, that didn't look like an Alabama team.
By the way, that quarterback looks like he might be a stiff too.
Yeah, let's
get these troopers. I want to let you get out of here.
I'll just say this to you. Hey, Xander, that didn't look like an Alabama team.
No, it was ugly, dude. It was really bad. Christopher says, but again, I saw it coming. Christopher says, new OC, not all the same guys returning, weaker in some position, injuries now and future, and a tough schedule. Could see us 2-2 like last year. Oh, Christopher. Yo, Christopher, you've been selling all off season, Christopher.
Hey, Christopher. You got a pretty tough schedule in the opener here. Let's see what happens. Here.
This dude, Christopher, has been selling on everything. The corner suck, the safety suck, this guy suck, the defense suck. Yo, Christopher, wake up and smell the roses.
Christopher, guess what? You only got a couple more days to see if this thing's your way or Xander's way.
Nah, this dude, Christopher's a stiff. I love you, Christopher, but you're a stiff right now.
Thanks for the
Dan, what up, Dan? Is that a Mets hat?
Oh, God.
No, it's not, right?
No, I see a Y there or something.
Okay. I thought it was the orange.
Or maybe it's a Nova hat.
Dan, you got to let me know, man. He says, great job as always, guys. Still in shock that Micah Parsons won't be Mailata or Lane's biggest problem on Thursday night. Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah, but now you don't know where the pressure's coming from. Remember, that's to their advantage in a game one to what Xander was talking about. Now you don't know where they're coming with the pressure. I'm with you. Losing Parsons and not knowing, I'd rather have Parsons, of course. You see Parsons practicing today for the first time in that Green Bay gear. I had to look at it 3 times. I was like, that's him in that Green Bay gear.
I think he's going to make a difference, man. I think Michael Parsons is going to make a difference over there. It's a better organization. It's better, you put a good player in a better organization. Sometimes it can help him excel as well. JD3 says, I think Z was on to something with Uche. Vic and the players seem to really like him more than I liked him for sure. Good Labor Day show, fellas. Thank you, JD. It was on my bold predictions that he would be the best Temu signing, but we will see. I think that's all of them. Josh said, Big Z, how's your relationship with Xander? Well, my relationship with myself is great. It's great. Here's Dez. Dez, please, come on. Sills, is Gruden still interested in the Bama job? Come on in, Gruden.
He went on a show saying he wanted to coach in the SEC.
Yeah, well, I'd pay the $70 million to bring him in and get rid of Kalen DeBoer.
You got the money. That's for damn sure. You guys have the money.
Alabama knows. I don't. Christopher says, Z, you going to rock a Ringo jersey Thursday night? Yeah, Christopher, sit back, kick your feet up, and enjoy the show. I've been telling you what to expect all year long, Christopher.
Fucking Ringo.
All right, so it's a good show, brother. Wrap it up, and then I'll catch you tomorrow.
Hey, what'd you make of my boys in Miami?
I think this is the best chance they've had in the last decade.
Yeah.
I think they have a real chance if Carson Beck can continue to play well. I think they have a chance to win it all. Now, I don't think they're the favorite to win it all, but I think they have a really good chance to win it all. And they clearly got talent. And by the way, things we just talked about that the Alabama program got rid of, your boy, Mario Cristobal, deserves a lot of credit because he's brought what left Alabama into Miami.
Yeah.
And there's a trend. Look at all the best schools in college. You've got to have discipline. These are college players, man. If you let them run amok, they're going to run amok. Have discipline. So I like what they're doing in Miami a lot.
Hey, I'm Reyes, 52-3. How you doing? Olive oil in the hair.
You beat
Let's go, T. How you doing, Maniac? We love you very much. You've been a big-time guy since day one.
Love you, Andre. All right, Sills. Great show, buddy. Appreciate it.
See you tomorrow, brother. All right, folks. Great stuff, and I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys have yourself a sensational rest of your Labor Day. I will also say this. Tomorrow's Tuesday, then Wednesday, the eve of the game on Thursday night, Cowboys and Eagles, NFL 105th year of the league starts on Thursday. My God, I can't wait. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been spectacular. 2 to 6 tomorrow, and we shall see you on the flip side.